What's up, guys? So I'm so pumped because today we're repotting my big philodendron cilium. I think it's cilium. Anyway, this guy's pretty massive. The leaves are huge, especially this one. This is one of the newest ones. So big. So I got this giant plant on Facebook Marketplace from this woman, and there are two in here, and I immediately wanted to separate them just because it would make more sense in my house with space and stuff, because it is rather big. But the woman told me that one of these used to be her brother's and one was hers, and her brother disappeared, I don't know, 10 plus years ago, I don't remember, a very long time ago. And when he disappeared, she obviously took the plant, put them together, and so it was so sad. And then she asked me not to separate them, to like take good care of them and don't separate them, keep them together. I don't know if she meant like literally keep them in the same pot or just keep them like in the same house. I don't know, but I feel like guilty almost. That sounds silly, but like, or like responsible. Like I need to keep them together in the same pot now. I don't know, I feel like I might get like bad juju if I separate them. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep them together, even though that's not really what I wanted to do. I think this might be a little bit of a struggle, and I'm just hoping I don't snap any leaves. So unfortunately, I did not ask her how long she has had these two potted in this pot. I'm assuming it's been years and years if she put them together like 10-ish years ago. I'm not going to pot it up in a bigger size, which I normally would do like an inch or two bigger, only because the size it's in my house right now. I can't really put it into a bigger pot. If I somehow make more space within the next few months to a year or so, I'll definitely go back and upsize this one more, like half an inch more. But for now, it's just gonna stay in the same pot. We're just gonna give it some new soil, tuck in all the aerial roots, and that'll still be a big help, even if it's not in a bigger size pot. So for my soil, I am just using my normal mix that I do. I have a video on that if you wanna watch. My mix is made up of peat moss, perlite, and sand. I also do have a bag of soil from a local nursery that I use for my garden bed, so it has tons of really good nutrients and stuff in there. So I think I might mix that in just to kind of use it, and why not? Like I said, I'm kind of nervous to do this. I'm unsure how this is going to go. I'm kind of thankful that this side is sitting bare. It doesn't look like it was like really rotated for the most part, because that's going to make it easy to lie on its side, and I won't have to worry about crushing any leaves on this side, crushing any branches. So I'm just gonna put that on its side, and then I'm just gonna start loosening up the soil in here. Yeah, these aerial roots are so thick. I'm also gonna kind of push down to squeeze it a little bit. I mean, it's loose enough, but this would be a lot easier if I had someone to pull. I'm also not too worried if I snap roots. Obviously, I don't want to snap the thick aerial roots, but the fine little ones, this plant is so giant and established that losing some of those isn't going to do anything. Ooh. Oh my God. Damn. Oh. Okay. Tight. Okay. I also noticed that the drainage holes in this are hella tiny. So I'm actually gonna go drill bigger holes in this because this is so giant. That soil was a little moist, and I was told that it was watered like a couple weeks prior to me picking it up. So that's kind of a long time for water to be soaking in there. So I'll be right back. All right, so I'm back and I drilled more. Looks a lot better. Now that we have it out of the pot, we're going to kind of break apart the soil a little bit. Thankfully, none of them feel mushy. I mean, I didn't see any signs of root rot from the foliage, but you never know. Oh, there's netting. There was a filter put on the bottom. I'm gonna take it out because I don't really care for it. I mean, I doubt it's hurting the plant. Obviously the plant has been doing well, but I don't have the best track record with these. But some of the roots have grown through it, and I would just rip it out, but they're pretty thick roots. I don't want to risk anything, so I'm just gonna be a little bit more careful. Oh, it's double layered. Love that. In between the netting, I could see, oh yeah, there's some mushy roots underneath the netting, which is why I don't really like those that much, especially in this pot that didn't have very well draining holes. See, this is kind of mushy. Yeah, that's a little rotted. So when it comes to breaking up the roots, there's some controversy around it. Some say you shouldn't break them up at all because it's disturbing the plant. Some say you should take off all previous soil and pretty much have it like almost bare rooted and then repot. I don't think it needs to be bare rooted in my opinion, unless you're dealing with pests or something. But I also do like to break it up just a little bit, especially if it was super wound up the way this was. I mean, I'm not gonna go crazy with it. Just kind of trying to loosen up these big roots for the most part. Some plants I don't do it at all, honestly. It just depends. If it's a very sensitive plant, like if I'm repotting a calathea, I try not to even touch those roots because those are sensitive plants if you don't know, and I don't even want to mess with that, you know, just in case. For the most part though, any other plant I do this with, and it's been fine. Oh, I thought that was mealies on here. It was just like perlite, super stuck in this old piece. The woman told me that she would keep it outside during summers, bring it in when it got cold. So it wasn't outside for very long. If you don't know, Colorado summers are pretty short. So she would bring it inside, which explains why it's so massive, the growth at least. I mean, plus she probably had it for a long time, but keeping it outside definitely helped. So it did have some spiders, like normal outside bugs, but nothing crazy like that I was worried about. Okay, I keep saying I'm done and then I keep going, but I'm gonna be honest, it's like kind of therapeutic, you know? At least for me. I don't know if that's weird, but it's really satisfying to do. I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, I'm going to mix some of this really nutrient-rich soil in there with my premix. This is very well draining as well. I'm gonna add a little bit. Some of mine. Once you have your thin-ish layer, depending on how deep the plant is gonna sit in the pot, for me it's gonna sit relatively deep, so thinner layer on the bottom to kind of hold it. I'm gonna add the plant and then just fill around it. Okay, this part might be harder than actually pulling it out, so we'll see. Oh my god. It did not go as cleanly as I thought it would, because I need to tuck these down a little bit without snapping them and straighten this guy out. I could definitely stake this plant if I wanted, but honestly I don't want to. I kind of like the way it looks with it like hanging low, and staking it is just one other form of maintenance that I just don't feel like doing. I kind of like the way this was already. This part would have been a lot easier with someone helping me to kind of hold down the roots for me, but it's okay. Too late now. I also realized I forgot to snap off that part that was moldy. I forgot I have shears now. Thanks to my Nana, she bought me a whole pack of proper tools from Amazon, and they worked so well, honestly. So shout out Nana. All right, now we're gonna try this again. And this time with better luck. I'm sweating. I'm gonna try and hold it. Hold the roots as I okay, that worked. Whew, a lot better than the first time. And I'm gonna kind of hold this one back. Ah, I am so sweaty. Mind the backyard because we're still working on that and it's a little ugly right now. But now all I gotta do is drag this plant out here and water it and I'm done. Ah. Made sure to do this on a day that I knew it wasn't gonna rain because it's heavy as hell and I wanted it to be able to sit out here and dry before I had to drag it back inside. I think I was a little too rough with the repotting and this new leaf kind of got a little twisted since the new leaves are a little bit more fragile, but I'm hoping it snaps back, especially being out in the sun like this. I also think I might have been a little too crazy with the new growth. I know some people say you're not supposed to repot when there's new growth, but this, since I got it, has only been pushing out new leaves, so I really didn't have a chance to wait. Eventually, hopefully this week, I'll get a stake of some sort to kind of prop up this so it sits a little bit more straight, and I think that will help. Okay, thank you guys for watching. That's it. I will say it took me longer than I wanted to repot this, but it is pretty giant, so overall, I think it looks a lot better. I might upsize if I have the space, and I will definitely stake that back one because I do think that it needs it. So, okay, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, or let me know if you have any other video ideas you want to see from me. And I hope you guys have a good one. I'll see you in my next video.